going to cover how to set up cost management. Anyone with editor access to an organization in Horizon can do what we're about to do. On the other hand, anybody that just has collaborator access, such as this person, vendor collaborator, will not be able to make any edits to what we're about to do, except they will be able to enter your cost logs and work logs throughout the project. So first, before we set anything up, here we are looking at the work order for the project with some repair tasks that are not started yet. So let's look at what our options are for logging costs and hours prior to setting anything up. At the work order level, we can check add costs. We have two options: equipment, which does not actually have any secondary options for us to select until we activate it. And on the other hand, materials are by default always available to log. There's nothing we need to do to make that functional. Moving on to the log hours button. Right now we have no options to log any hours for any project managers or things of that nature. Furthermore, let's go ahead and check in inside of the first repair task at the task level. Again, we see equipment as not available. And this time we see technician that is available, and that's because it is always available by default. You do not have to set it up. So now let's open up some more options. We're going to click back into the work order, and we're going to go to this button here, which is rates and estimates. Expand your fields that you want to fill out, hit edit, and now let's go ahead and set up some information at the start of the project. Here we have fields to set up any sort of estimate numbers that we want to track from the original bid. Today we're just going to enter in the contracted PO amount. Moving on to labor rates, you see how there is an active box that can be checked over here, and technician is already checked by default. However, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and enter in the rates so that the cost management system can calculate these costs. So let's enter some hypothetical numbers here for regular time, working hours, on-site standby time, any delays that are experienced while on site, and then our off-site standby rate, which may be a reduced rate sometimes, might be the same. We're going to go ahead and skip overtime. This particular team does not charge overtime. Moving right along here, we're going to have some project manager admin time that's going to be logged to this project. So we're going to enter an hourly rate for the project manager. First, we have to hit the activate button before we can actually enter the number. Additionally, you see a line for pilots and a line for technicians. Now moving down below here, for additional labor cost, we see a few more fields. If anybody is charging per diem, we can enter that in there. First, we toggle it on, and then it's going to allow us to type a number in there. Let's say the per diem is $99 a day. For mobilization, in order to log mobilization costs, we need to toggle this on and enter the mobilization rate. Sometimes we like to enter a one-way mobilization rate for tracking. We find that to be pretty easy, but you can put in whatever number you want there. The fixed cost field is for a project that may be build a fixed cost per turbine or something of that nature. Moving down to equipment rates. Let's say this project is being executed via a basket. So we're going to activate the basket field, and let's just say the basket is charged at $200 per day. When we're done with all of that, we're going to hit save. And now let's click back into the work order. I'm going to do a hard refresh just to make sure that these changes show up for us. And now let's look at our options here again. Staying at the work order level, we can see that now under equipment, we have a basket available to enter information for. Additionally, now we see per diem and mobilization and materials like before. Moving over to the hourly logs, now we see an option for project manager when before there was no option. Lastly, let's go ahead and click into the repair tasks and look at what the logging options are on the task level. Now again, when we see equipment, the basket is an option to add basket costs at the task level as well. And now when we go to log hours, not only our technician is available, but the project manager is as well. One more thing to cover is inside the task, at the task level, there is also a tab that says rates and estimates. What this does is it gives you the added functionality of being able to override any of the rates that were entered at the work order level for the entire project. So in this case, if this particular repair task has a different labor rate, perhaps due to the skill level of the repair, what we can do is we can go into this particular repair task and we can enter a different hourly rate here. What I can also do is I can enter the estimate for that particular repair too, so that we can track how many execution hours in reality it took measured against the original estimate provided for this particular repair. Again, I'm going to hit save, and now we have a special one-off labor rate for the work done on this particular repair task.